All right, folks, this is the video for what we're going to be watching to possibly trade on Monday, March 17th. Friday, pretty nice bounce in the market. Where are we? The NASDAQ was up like 450, the Dow up 670. So maybe this marks a short-term bottom here, right? And maybe it's up from here. We'll see. Couple nice ideas put forth in the chat room I want to share real quick. RBW, even though he's from Canada, I'm still going to share his idea. QBTS, we identified kind of mid-morning, hey, this is one of the strong ones to watch, right? So let me go to 5-minute candles. There we go. I wanted to get extended hours on there and get that 200-day off. Really nice post by RBW. Looking for the whole number flush below 9 near the yellow line. So you had two things working for it, plus kind of a retest of the earlier high right there, right? I actually got filled at 891. I don't want to talk about what I did after that. But it went to 1020. Really, really nice call. That's a spot we love, right? And then several people gave the idea of RGC right there through 10. I'm sorry, through 12. And it went pretty quickly over 14. I didn't mess with that one. It terrified me. But still, I saw a bunch of you make some money. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, let's get to what we're watching on Monday for some possible day trades. Let me pop that up real quick. For those of you that haven't read that, please pause the video and read it. Good description of what we're all about. Always want to start with the daily charts, though, because we want to focus on stocks that are in play. So that's what this is all about. And then we'll play intraday setups on Monday. All right, so QBTS, this whole space, quantum space, got killed back here. And this is the strongest one out of all of them, up near probably all-time highs, but definitely recent highs. And apparently there's some quantum computing conference going on this week. So these should be in play all week. I've chosen a couple to watch: QBTS and RGTI, which again, all of them are lagging QBTS. That's the strongest one, but nice volume there too. And you could certainly look at any of them. OKLO, kind of a sleeper pick. These seems to have found support, little extra volume on Friday, and these, what we call the baby nukes, kind of starting to get some airtime with some big companies talking about nuclear energy, probably just to power their data centers. But so that whole space is worth watching. I've chosen two of those, OKLO and NNE, to watch. HMR had this big rip on Thursday. Quiet inside day on Friday. I like that setup for a possible third day play. CRVO, it's just an in-play stock. Definitely want to keep our eyes on that one after that big move last week. OKTA, I've been watching this one for a while. Had this little flag pattern that's kind of breaking this downtrend to the upside. Still below recent highs though, so we have potential catalysts above. TNXP, kind of a sleeper pick. But if you really zoom in here, you had this big volume spike sideways and starting to curl up. So again, kind of a sleeper pick, but let's keep our eyes on that one. SMTC, really nice volume and a strong close. Might get up into this gap here. Might get up into that gap on Monday. WRD is the one that came out with NVIDIA having a stake, right, and had this huge move. Well, it gave it all back, went sideways for a while, but I think they had earnings on Friday and actually got a nice volume bump and trying to break out of this consolidation. Certainly worth keeping an eye on all week. ZENA, a couple lower days after this big pop on Wednesday. Could be ready to turn back up. HSAI just goes back on bounce watch. I believe they had earnings here and now 3 days lower on lower volume. Could be ready to turn back up on Monday. KSS just overdue for a snapback bounce. And PSTV. I went ahead and threw one penny stock. I usually don't trade these, but man, this had such a monster move from down here all the way up to 230. And now it's, it's come back down 3 days in a row down after this first attempt at a bounce. Certainly could give a bounce this week. But again, not in love with penny stocks, but it goes on watch. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the chat room on Monday morning.